8-year-old Lily Raymond had always loved the park. Before the hospital rooms, before the machines and the needles and the doctor who never smiled, the park had been her world. Every Saturday her father brought her there for ice cream and swings, and she would fly until her little legs felt like they could touch the clouds. After her cancer diagnosis, the park became even more important. It was one of the few places where she could forget she was sick. But ever since her hair fell out, she had stopped going for a while. Kids at school had stared. Some whispered. Others laughed. One boy had even asked if she was contagious. She cried all the way home. So when she finally gathered the courage to return to the park, it felt like a victory. Her father, Mark, squeezed her hand as they walked through the gates. "Just like old times, kiddo," he said. Lily smiled shyly. She wore a knitted pink beanie her grandmother made to hide her bald head. Her skinny arms poked out of a sweatshirt 2 sizes too big. The chemo had taken more than her hair. It had taken her weight, her energy, and sometimes her confidence. But not today. Today she wanted to play. Lily headed toward the swings, humming to herself. Mark sat on a nearby bench, watching her with the careful eyes of a man who had learned not to take time for granted. She had barely started swinging when a group of older kids, 3 boys and 2 girls, maybe 12 or 13, walked past. Lily froze. One of the boys slowed down, nudging his friend. "Hey, look," he snickered. "Eggheads on the swing." The others laughed. Lily's fingers tightened around the chains. The tallest boy stepped forward. "Where's your hair? Did it run away 'cause it was scared of you?" Lily looked down, cheeks burning. "Please go away," she whispered. "Ah, she's gonna cry," another boy mocked. One girl pulled out her phone. "Let's record her," she said, giggling. "Bald baby at the park." Lily wanted to disappear. Her throat tightened, tears burning her eyes. Her father stood up from the bench. "Hey," Mark shouted, moving quickly toward them. "Leave her alone." But before he reached them, the tallest boy suddenly shoved Lily's swing seat. She slipped and tumbled onto the sand, hitting her elbow hard. "Oops," the boy said, smirking. "Maybe she's too weak to play." Mark sprinted the last few steps, fury on his face. The kids scattered, but not far. They hovered, laughing from the path. Mark knelt beside his daughter. "You okay?" "Lily, talk to me." Her lip trembled. I just wanted to swing." Mark hugged her tightly, torn between comforting her and confronting the bullies. But he knew better. Approaching angry children rarely solved anything. He lifted Lily into his arms. "Let's go home." She nodded, defeated. Then, suddenly, a low rumble sounded in the distance. At first Mark thought it was thunder, but the sky was clear. The rumble grew louder, deeper, multiplying. He turned around and froze. Down the road, 13 motorcycles appeared in formation like a moving wall of chrome and leather. Their engines thundered through the quiet park, causing parents and kids alike to turn. The lead bike was massive, black and polished, ridden by a man with a gray beard that reached his chest and arms covered in tattoos. His vest had a patch on the back. The Iron Guardians, brothers of the road, protectors of the innocent. Mark recognized them. The group ran charity rides for sick children at the hospital. They were known for escorting bullied kids to school, visiting pediatric wards, and fundraising for treatments. Lily had a poster of them taped above her bed. "What are they doing here?" Mark whispered. The engines cut off one by one as the bikers parked in a long line, like armored knights arriving at a battlefield. The gray-bearded leader swung off his bike and spotted Lily in her father's arms. He walked toward them slowly, sunglasses reflecting the afternoon sun. Mark instinctively shielded Lily, unsure of what they wanted. But the leader stopped a respectful distance away, removed his sunglasses, and knelt down so he was eye level with Lily. "Name's Bear," he said softly, voice surprisingly warm. "We heard there was a brave little girl at this park today." Lily blinked, confused. "You did?" Bear nodded. "Your nurse told us you were feeling well enough to play again. We were passing through town and thought we'd come say hi." Lily stared. "You came for me?" "We always show up for our warriors," he said. And you, kiddo, are a warrior. Something inside Lily cracked, a small, fragile piece that the bullies had almost crushed. Tears streamed down her cheeks, but now they were tears of relief. Bear looked over Lily's shoulder at the group of bullies standing nearby. He saw the phones, the smirks, the mocking eyes. His expression changed. The softness disappeared. A storm rolled in behind his eyes. He stood up slowly, turning to his brothers. "Looks like we've got some business," he said. The bikers approached in a silent, intimidating wave. They wore leather vests embroidered with skulls, wings, and road-worn patches. Their boots thudded heavily on the ground. The bullies' laughter died instantly. The tallest boy swallowed hard. "Oh, we didn't do anything." One biker, a muscular woman named Blaze with fire-red braids, stepped forward. "Then why is that little girl crying?" she asked coldly. A smaller boy stammered. We were just joking." "Bullying isn't a joke," another biker growled. Bear folded his arms. "Let me tell you something, kids. That girl has more courage than any of you will ever understand. She fights for her life every day. And you try to break her spirit? Shame on all of you." The tallest boy tried to speak, but words refused to form. Parents had gathered at a distance, watching anxiously. Some recorded, some nodded approvingly. Bear pointed at the bullies' phones. "Delete the video." They obeyed immediately. "Now apologize," Blaze commanded. One by one, the kids muttered weak apologies. Not perfect, not heartfelt, but enough to show they understood their mistake. When they finished, Bear leaned down, eyes level with them. "You think being strong means picking on someone smaller? You want to act tough." He gestured to his riders. "These are the toughest people you'll ever meet. But they don't hurt people. They protect them." The bullies stared at the bikers, the tattoos, the scars, the powerful presence, and shrank in shame. "You go home," Bear said quietly. "Think about the kind of people you want to be." The kids scattered like frightened birds. Bear returned to Lily, who was watching with wide eyes. "I didn't want them to get hurt," she said softly. Bear smiled. "We don't hurt kids. We teach them. Sometimes lessons just need a loud delivery." Lily giggled weakly. Blaze crouched beside her. "Want to see something cool?" She tapped her headset, and a tiny stuffed dog, wearing a miniature biker vest, popped out of her saddlebag. "For you," Blaze said. Lily gasped, squeezing it tightly. "It's so cute." "It's called Rhodey," Blaze explained. "He's our mascot, and today he's yours." Lily's father couldn't hold back his gratitude. I don't know how to thank you." "No thanks needed," Bear replied, "but we do have a tradition." He whistled, and two bikers rolled their bikes forward. "Every new warrior gets a ride." Lily's eyes lit up. "Can I, Daddy?" Mark hesitated, but the joy in her face made the decision for him. "Only if you promise to hold on tight." Bear lifted Lily gently onto the bike in front of him, securing her with a child-sized helmet from a storage compartment. The bikers lined up in formation. Engines roared to life. Parents covered their ears. Lily squealed in delight, and for the next 10 minutes, the Iron Guardians circled the park slowly, giving Lily the greatest moments she had experienced in months. Her laughter echoed through the trees, bright, uninhibited, healing. When the ride ended, Lily hugged Bear tightly. "You're my heroes," she whispered. Bear shook his head. "No, Lily, you're ours." Before leaving, the bikers formed a circle around her and Mark. Bear placed a small silver pin in Mark's hand, a symbol shaped like a shield with wings. "Anytime she needs us," he said, "you call. We'll show up." Mark's voice broke. "Thank you." The engines ignited once more, loud enough to be felt in the chest. One by one, the bikers pulled out of the park, disappearing down the road in a cloud of dust and thunder. Lily watched them go, clutching her stuffed Rhodey. "Daddy." "Yes, sweetheart." "I'm not scared anymore." Mark lifted her into his arms, feeling the weight and lightness of those words. "Good," he whispered, "because you're never alone." The story spread throughout the town within days. Parents shared it. Teachers discussed it. Even the bullies came forward later with more sincere apologies. understanding now the weight of their actions. But the most important change happened inside Lily. The next weekend, she returned to the park again, and this time, she swung higher than ever before. Not because she forgot the bullies, but because she remembered the bikers. Because she had learned that strength doesn't always look like cruelty. Sometimes it looks like the loud rumble of motorcycles showing up for a little girl who needed to feel safe.